All right, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Super here, and welcome to another Injustice 2 video. And as you guys know, I've been on a hot streak creating these tier lists as a way for me to pick my personal most fun characters to play in each individual NetherRealm games. I started with MK1 guest characters first, and then people requested me to do the full roster. Did the full roster, and then did MKX. And by the time you guys see this, MK11 should be up, even though you guys haven't, or I haven't uploaded it yet while I'm making this video. But I'm gonna say right now, this was gonna be really hard. Similar to the MK11 one, I'm probably gonna put characters in spots and then change them like midway through or whenever like some sort of epiphany comes to mind where I'm like, okay, I feel like this character should be higher or this character should be lower. I know it's going to be pretty tough for Injustice 2. But leave a like on the video if you enjoy these tier lists. It's probably going to be the last one because I'm not doing an MK9 one. I'm not doing Injustice 1 because I didn't play those games enough to determine like actual like who is the most fun character. So this is going to be the final one here. Let's go to the tier list. All right, so here we go. Every character in Injustice 2. Man, what the hell is this? Hold on. Let me block this ad real quick. Get the hell out of here. Like, what the hell? I don't want to see a stupid ad on the page, even though I have ad blocker on. By the way, I specifically turned off ad blocker. You could do it for specific sites. Do it for Twitch, do it for YouTube, even though I have YouTube Premium, just so I could support the content creators that I watch. Just want to put that out there. So let's get started here. All right. First off, I'm going to go in order, just however order this is. So let's start off with Adam. Adam is one of those characters that actually is one of the best looking characters in the game as far as like animations. But the thing is, a lot of Adam's gameplay has to do with his trait. And that's going to be a theme for a lot of these characters. But Adam is incredibly annoying to fight against because he could turn into an atom. Literally, a lot of people's game plan was just sort of run away, wait until his trait pops up, do it. It turns into an atom. You're literally like, you're not blocking that. And it would be free damage. But other than that, he actually has some sick moves. He has a teleport. Adam overall is like a middle of the road character in my opinion. So I'm going to start off Adam in the B category. Of course, let me know in the comment section your opinion of all these characters. Moving on here, we have Atrocitus. I feel like Atrocitus is actually really fun because he has the 50-50s. He could get in on you. He has the punch walk. He has his air punch walk, which is always nice. He has Dexstar. Has a very unique trait with Dexstar, being able to do different things. Has mix-ups, has combo variety where you could include Dexstar in the combo. Atrocitus is fun. So I'm going to move Atrocitus to A. He's going to be my first character in A. Lord Bane. All right. Bane is one of those characters that to me is really fun because you could just melt your opponent's life bar in an instant. Because you could go into level 3. You could do a meter burn back 3. And then go into your bread and butter combo and do 67-70% damage in ranked. It's so much fun. So I'm going to put him at A. I don't think he's an S tier character just because he doesn't have as many fun tools as some of the characters in the S tier category. And I don't even know what characters are going to be in the S tier category except for one, which is going to be the Ninja Turtles, because you literally have a choice between 4 of them. And all 4 are fun in their own unique way. So the Ninja Turtles is going to be my guaranteed S tier character. This is going to be another one right here. Of course, Batman. Come on. Batman has to be in the S tier category because he's, other than the Flash, the ultimate offensive character. You have your Batarangs, which you could actually use to zone, but you could meter burn the up Batarang to get a launcher. Has the hook. has the small bats surrounding him, the 3 mechanical bats. You could combo literally from full screen with the mechanical bats. You could go in, you could mix your opponent up. Man, Batman, when you actually know how to play him, even like myself, I went back, played Batman like a few months ago. I didn't even play him properly like at all, but I still had a blast going in on people, mixing them up, getting weird conversions. And Batman is the king of getting like random weird conversions from like half screen. Batman, one of the most fun characters in the game, 100%. Blue Beetle, he's another one that's really fun, but you have to have the execution and you have to know how to play Blue Beetle. Because he does have like fly unfly combos, and they actually feel really sick to hit. The only problem is whenever you do get a fly unfly combo, it's usually only like one combo that you could really convert from that's going to give you some damage, and that's like meter burn back 3, which is, you know, takes 2 bars of meter. But just in general, Blue Beetle does have a lot more combo potential than, you know, many of these characters. So I am going to put him in the A category, but I'm going to put him in the middle of Bane and Atrocitus, because I do think Blue Beetle is more fun to play than Atrocitus, but not as fun as Bane. Next up, we have Black Adam. So Black Adam, when the game first came out, was literally the best character in the game. He could do 60% damage combos with one touch. And he had forward 1, what is it? Forward 1, 2, 1. Forward 1, 2, 1 plus 3, something like that. Like, it's still an amazing move, but it used to be even better. I think it's a high now. It used to be a mid, maybe, if I'm remembering correctly. Probably not. But Black Adam was insanely good. He was so good that people were just getting tired of seeing him, along with Deadshot at the beginning of the game. But is he actually fun? And by the way, I am not really going to include any of the custom moves, because the custom moves in Injustice 2, you have to play them when you're using gear stats, as opposed to MK11, gear stats are off. So you could have the freedom to use any move without like gear stats compromising the damage that you take or the damage you deal out. So I'm just covering the normal competitive ranked moves that they have. I don't think Black Adam is as fun to play as some of these other characters, but I do think he's more fun to play, in my opinion, than Adam here. There's a specific combo where you throw down the bomb, the electricity bomb he has, and you could still combo into it. That one actually is pretty sick. Here's another S tier fun character, because he's pretty much like Sector. So Black Manta is pretty much like Sector for Injustice. He has like all the characteristics of Sector. He even has the missiles. You could do some really, really sick combos with, I think it's his like, what is it, forward 2 or something like that. It's like his low kick move into an overhead. Then you could fly, hit your opponent with like jump 2 into rocket, and then keep your combo going. Yeah, I think Black Manta is really fun. I just need to get back to him. All right, moving on here. We have Brainiac. Brainiac is another character that's going to go in the A tier category. I think he's actually more fun to play than like Bane and all these characters, because you could do a lot. You have so much air mobility. You have an instant dive kick that turns into an instant overhead. He has mix-ups, because I think his down 1 is a low, or like down forward 1 is a low, something like that. So yeah, you actually have some mix-ups. You have setups that you could do, especially in the corner. I remember doing like a cross-up setup in the corner with like his instant air or jump back dive kick after a knockdown. I don't really remember. I would have to go back to my videos, but I do remember it was cheap. And Brainiac is really fun to play, but again, you need to have that practice, that execution. You need to be ready for any sort of combo pickup, because he moves really fast. Black Canary. So Black Canary, for me, she's going to go in the B tier category. She'll probably go up in the top of the B tier category. because as much fun as it is to mix your opponent up left and right, jump on their heads, do the canary cry, she is not as fun as some of the other characters, but she is fun as far as like being in the B tier category for me. And of course, this is my personal list, so some of you guys are probably not going to agree with Black Canary being there, or a lot of these characters, honestly. But a character that is near and dear to my heart as one of my most played characters, because if you get someone in the corner, you're going to be doing crazy damage, especially if you get them with, the ice wall. But not only that, you have some crazy unblockable setups with his frost grenade that turns like it creates a bubble, and as long as your opponent's in there and they don't backdash or forward dash, they start freezing slowly, and you could get some insane combos and insane setups damage with Captain Cold. So I don't even use Captain Cold. I use Mr. Freeze, but it's the same character. It's just a premier skin. But Captain Cold, to me personally, is one of the characters that I have the most fun with, because you could do so much damage, so many setups. And if someone's trying to zone you, he could definitely compete with that as well. Next up here, we have Catwoman. Catwoman, huh? Yeah, I don't think so. Sorry, Catwoman, but to me personally, Catwoman is not fun at all. Like, she has some cool combos. Like, she's very good. She's really good, but she has like very few moves that you're gonna use as far as like variety. But she's very good. She's a great character. She has a very small hitbox, so some combos are not gonna work on her that work on other characters. But yeah, I don't really. She's under the B tier category for me, because B tier is like middle of the road. She's under that, but I don't think she's in the D tier category. We'll save that for some other characters. Starfire. All right, so let's move on here. We have Cheetah. Cheetah's not that fun. Like, the reason I like playing Cheetah is because she could go in and do like crazy damage. But then again, Catwoman could do crazy ass damage too if you go in and you meter burn back 3 or something like that, right? Like, Catwoman in the corner does actually have some cool combo potential, but I think Cheetah's around that same category where I don't really have too much fun playing with her. The only reason that I like playing with her is because you could get like 60% damage in one combo if you get someone with your trait active, and it feels really good. But as far as variety and fun factor, yeah, she's definitely down there. All right. Cyborg. So Cyborg is interesting because a lot of people, and this is going to be the case with a lot of zoners, a lot of people use the character to only do one thing, which is run away. So then the character gets a bad rep. I think Cyborg actually has a lot of variety in the moves that he has, because you could actually set traps up for your opponent. You have a little bit of variety with combos, maybe not the most, but you could actually set traps up. You could do overheads, lows into the traps. Yeah, I think Cyborg actually has a lot of good stuff. And a lot of times Cyborg players only run away and zone, but I feel like Cyborg actually has some cool stuff. I don't think he's in the A tier category, but I definitely don't think he's, in the bottom. But I think he's middle of the road. Of course, his zoning is his best tool, but he does have variety in his gameplay. Maybe not as much as the A category and above, but, I think he's on par with the B tier characters. All right. Oh, I love this character. Darkseid. I love Darkseid. I know that a lot of people, similar to, Cyborg, and similar to Deadshot and Dr. Fate that you guys are going to see here, I play these characters a lot different. And using the parademons with Darkseid and doing some of these crazy hard to block setups, parademon combos, oh man. Darkseid becomes one of the most fun characters in the game. Now, is he S tier fun? I don't know about that one, but he's definitely. Maybe I'll move him up to the S tier. We're gonna decide that, as we go on. But I'm definitely gonna put him in at the top of the A category for me, because I don't play him in a zoning way. I play him in an offensive way, mix-up way, meter burn stomp, go for setups, parademon combos. Oh, he's so much fun. Actually, you know what? I'm actually gonna move him up to the S tier category. And I'll even put him in front of Black Manta, because I'm remembering some of the sick setups and combos that I know, or at least that I've done in the past with Darkseid, and it's so much fun. All right, so now we have Deadshot here. Deadshot's another character with a bad rep, but the way I play him, I love putting someone in the corner, doing an overhead low mix up into into the knee, and then powering up. I love the overhead low game that he has, and I actually really like his combos a lot. I am going to put Deadshot up here in the A category. So I actually have him. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put him in front of Brainiac, because I do play a lot more Deadshot than I do Brainiac, as I do at least Bane, but I know that Brainiac is more fun than Bane. I don't have the execution with Brainiac to like pick up random ass conversions. All right, Dr. Fate. Now, Dr. Fate looks sick, and he does have some sick things, but to be honest, a lot of his like game plan and moves revolve around his projectiles. And yes, you could do some sick combos in the corner, but I don't think that's enough to put him in the A category. So he has some cool things that is not just zoning, but a lot of it is going to end up being zoning. And the only cool thing that I remember Dr. Fate doing is a sick ass corner combo that does about 50%. But I think that puts him in the same category as a character like Cyborg. I'm just going to put him in front of Cyborg because I think he looks cooler. And he does. I do know more with him than I do Cyborg. Enchantress. Oh, another character that a lot of people are going to be downplaying, and maybe not downplaying, but just like looking at and being, oh man, she's so annoying. All she does is run away and hide behind the demons, and she's so annoying to fight against. Yeah, I do agree, she is annoying to fight against, but man, is she so much fun. I love Enchantress so much. One of my favorite characters in Injustice 2. I just need to remember how to do some of the setups, because her whole game plan is to, at least the way I play her, obviously doing a cross-up, non-cross-up, because she has an amazing jump too, could do a lot of damage. But a lot of the game plan is going to revolve around the overhead low mix-ups with the demon. And that's where she gets tricky, and that's where she gets fun. And like, I need to remember it, but I do remember, I need to remember doing it so I could like replicate it nowadays. But I remember her being like incredibly fun. So for now, I'm going to put her in the A category, like the top of the A category. And then we'll see. She might end up going to S. It's not a Darkseid situation, because I feel like Darkseid's look just so much cooler. But Enchantress is one of the best looking characters in the game. Has a lot of sick stuff too. Firestorm was the first character I ever picked up when I got to play Injustice 2 early. Immediately fell in love with the animations and the fire powers and the gameplay. I thought he was really cheap. I think they nerfed him from like pre-release to release, because he had some more cheap stuff. He did more damage. But another situation, like when you turn the blue flame aura on, you could do so much crazy stuff with Firestorm. And a lot of people hate on Firestorm because all you see is walk back projectile, and then the low puddle. That's all you see. And then if you get close to them, guess what? They do the torpedo. They send you full screen, and bam, you do it all over again. But if you really look at Firestorm's game plan or gameplay potential, he has a lot of fun tools. So he's definitely, for me, going in the A category. I think he's in front of Brainiac, actually, in the A category. You know what? I'm putting Bane in front of Brainiac. See, we're changing things as we go. The Flash, oh, come on. Come on, man. Easy. Oh, you need execution, though. Like, to pull off a lot of his sick stuff, you need execution. And you could do it from anywhere, which is the best part about Flash. You do the slowdown. You could go for mix-ups. Man, you could come up with some crazy mix-ups. Not only that, he does a ton of damage if you don't want to go for the mix-up. Has the fastest fatal blow in the game. Looks amazing. Dialogue, everything about the Flash in Injustice 2 is perfect. And the only reason I don't have him above Batman is because I feel like Batman is easier to play for me. And I have just as much fun with the mix-ups and the pressure as I do with some of the Flash combos. But I put Batman in front of Flash just because he's a little bit easier for me to play. But come on, Flash, even in Injustice 1, I could tell you he's one of the most fun characters in the game. Green Arrow. Green Arrow's interesting because it's kind of like playing Ancestral Kung Jin, and I know that Green Arrow in Injustice 1 is what inspired Kung Jin's Ancestral, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of times when I play Green Arrow, I'm not doing any damage. I'm doing like some mix-ups here and there, but I'm not really doing a lot of damage. And I feel like he's kind of slow. You know, a lot of his counterplay is like down one into the bow spin. And yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Not my style. Not my style for sure. But I definitely know that he has some cool stuff in his gameplay. So just because he's not my style, I'm going to move him to the end of the B tier category. But I'm definitely not putting him in A. Hell no. All right, Green Lantern, next up. Wait, who the hell's that other character after Green Lantern? Oh, it's Gorilla Grodd. I was like, wait a minute, it's because some of these look kind of weird. Green Lantern, all right, so the problem with Green Lantern is that he's really slow. Like, you feel like you're walking on mud when you're just walking back and forth with Green Lantern. And I think it helps him out with some of his like cross-up, no cross-up situations because he does have an amazing jump 3. But sometimes you feel like you're so slow that you're not, I don't know. It just feels like you're playing in slow motion sometimes. But he does have a lot of cool stuff. I feel like he had more fun and unique gameplay in Injustice 1 based on like the footage that I've seen in Injustice 1. But I definitely feel like he belongs in the A tier category because he has enough variety. He has enough things to make him really fun. And I personally have fun mixing people up, like doing a knockdown or doing his low, going into his trait, and sort of like dashing up in between the opponent so they don't know if my forward 3 is going to hit behind them or in front of them. One of my favorite things about Green Lantern, but yeah. For sure, he's in the A tier category. More towards the end, though. Gorilla Grodd, man, I gotta say, like, I've seen people do some crazy stuff with Gorilla Grodd, but Gorilla Grodd might be the highest execution character in the game. He might be the highest execution character in the game because he has the run cancel. And you have a very limited time to cancel that depending on what move or what like combo string you use it from. And if you don't cancel it at the right time, you're just going to get punished because you're going to do the dash or the charge. And they're going to punish your ass. But the times where I really focused up and tried to learn Gorilla Grodd properly, I had a blast doing a bunch of like crazy setups that he has. So I'm actually going to put Gorilla Grodd up here. Again, this is just based on, you know, my personal experience with these characters. He's super fun, but you are not going to have fun if you don't have the execution. Once you start missing the execution, you're not going to have fun. Next up here, my girl Harley Quinn. Harley, super fun. Is she in the S tier category? I would say no. But she has a lot of tools that give her some good gameplay variety, which is not only jump back gun or just normal gun. She has a command grab. She has the hyenas. So she has a lot of cool stuff. I would actually put her in front of Deadshot, right behind Enchantress. Oh, Hellboy. Come on, guys. You already know where Hellboy's going, right? Hellboy is literally leaping from one end of the screen to the other and then back again and then leaping all over the place. Yeah. And he has air combos too. Hellboy, surprisingly, is one of the most fun characters in the game. I had no expectations when they revealed Hellboy as one of the DLC characters. Had no expectations, but yeah, Hellboy is super fun. I have more fun playing with Captain Cold, but Hellboy is crazy fun. Crazy fun. All right, moving on here, we have Lord Aquaman. Aquaman, guys. What do you get when you fight Aquaman? And even when I play Aquaman, what is it that you know Aquaman for? Trident Rush, Trident Rush, Trident Rush, down one Trident Rush, chip damage. They tried, towards the end of the game's life cycle, they try to make him more fun with different changes to his moves. But at the end of the day, a lot of what you're getting is Trident Rush, meter burn Trident Rush, and that's it. So, yeah, Aquaman is not for me. He's not for me. I don't want to do chip damage all day. And if I'm not doing chip damage, just sort of walk back and do from the deep and sort of zone with that. Yeah, sorry, Aquaman fans, but he's going in the D tier category. First character in the D tier category, Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy for me is super fun because you get a lot of moves that you could do. You have Nightshade that helps you out. A lot of times you see a lot of people sort of zoning with her, doing her her ground move, her ground vine move. But if you end up being a good Poison Ivy player, you're going to mix that up with her game plan, which is she actually has like one of the best mids in the game. What is it? Back one, back two, something like that, or forward two, forward one, that goes into a low, and then you could combo that into her vine and then into her overhead. Yeah, she has some cool stuff. I actually really enjoy playing Poison Ivy in this game. Not as much as some of these other characters, but I would definitely put her right in front of Brainiac, behind Bane. Joker, come on, guys. It's Joker. I think no matter where Joker would appear in any sort of fighting game, I would have him in the S tier category, just because I feel like Joker is always going to have unique gameplay, fun gameplay, no matter what game he's in. He played the same in Injustice 1. They reinvented him in MK11, and he's still going to be an S tier fun character. So he's actually going to be in front of my boy over here, Captain Cold. So he's behind the Flash, because I know the Flash is more fun than Joker is, but in front of Captain Cold. Lord Raiden. So Raiden by default is going to be really fun. You know why? Because he's pretty much Mortal Kombat X Raiden. It's going to be the same thing with Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero is pretty much MKX Sub-Zero. Cryomancer Sub-Zero. Raiden, he's a mixture of his three variations. So of course he's going to be fun. I just don't play him too often because, I'd rather give time to some of these other DC characters. But yeah, Raiden is fun. I'll put him behind Poison Ivy, though. All right, next up here, Red Hood. Red Hood's a little bit tricky because I know he's a fan favorite, and I know that he does have some cool stuff. But the thing is, I don't really find Red Hood as fun to play as like a lot of characters. He has like one combo that I think is really sick, which is you like down to into the bomb, and then you combo. You do like back one, they fall into the bomb. Then you do a back three, and then you go into your combo there. He has some cool stuff when it comes to that. But other than that, I don't know, man. I don't know if I would even put him in the A tier category, but then I'll probably get crucified. So let me see. No, I think he deserves to be in the A tier category, but I'm actually gonna put him. Oh shit, not there. I'm gonna put him right here, right in front of Gorilla Grodd. There you go. A tier category for Red Hood. Robin. Oh come on, Robin's definitely an S tier character in this game. Robin has so much. He has so much. He has the badass sword. He has the batarang toss, the smart batarang. You can make it explode on the ground. We're not even talking about the Staff of Grayson, which obviously is really fun. But like I said, I'm not really including any of that. But even without that, you have so much combo variety, setup variety. You guys have seen some of the crazy setups that I've done with Robin in the past. So yeah, I feel like Robin is more fun for me than Hellboy. So I'm going to put him in the S tier category, of course. Scarecrow, another character for me that is going to be in the S tier category because, first of all, Robert Englund is literally the voice of Scarecrow. Robert Englund is the voice of Scarecrow. What a better fit than Freddy Krueger voicing Scarecrow, right? Nightmare-induced, characters with Scarecrow and Freddy Krueger. So that already puts him above a lot of characters. And then after that, his gameplay just looks really fun. He has the long hook that he uses for his back three, for his sort of like scorpion spear. He has the terrorizer. No, not terrorizer. Terrorize, where you power up and then you get like a ground pound. Yeah, Scarecrow is sick, man. I love Scarecrow. So I'm gonna put him. I'm actually gonna put him in front of Darkseid, but behind Hellboy. All right, so now we move on to the one character that literally almost ruined Injustice 2 for me. When Starfire was introduced, I don't know if I hated recording videos more than around the time where Starfire got introduced for Injustice 2. I literally crashed out in one video where I uploaded a video and I was like, man, what the hell are they doing? Like, this game sucks and all that. I don't remember what video it was, but it was hilarious. I remember doing it, but I don't remember what video it was because I had like almost 10,000 videos up on YouTube. But I do remember making that video because Starfire was pissing me off so much, where she kind of shifted the meta. And a lot of people started noticing the power of the walk back, walk back, walk back, even more so than when Deadshot was like really good. Yeah, Deadshot was really good. But the thing was, if you weren't playing Deadshot, you were playing a character where if you got in, you got your mix-ups going. You know, you wanted her to be a little bit more offensive. But when Starfire came in, man, all her entire game plan is built around keeping you away. Even her trait is just built around keeping you away. And based on the powers that Starfire has in the cartoon, they could have gone in a different direction. You know, obviously she could have had her projectiles, but she could have also used her flight a lot better with combos. Starfire, as much as I love the way she looks, best looking female character in the game. One of the best looking characters in the game. Similar to Jade in MK11. She's literally gorgeous. Same thing with Starfire. Literally gorgeous. Has great customization. But her gameplay is so boring and annoying to play against that she is going in the F tier category for me. I think that's going to be the only character in the F tier category. Starfire made me hate Injustice 2. That's it. Plain and simple. Starfire literally made me hate Injustice 2 for a long time. Oh man, I still have nightmares about those times where I had to record and fight like a Starfire every freaking video or every 2 videos. Whenever I didn't get matched up with a Starfire, I was happy about it. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm not gonna have to play Starfire. And then I had to play Deadshot. All right, Sub-Zero. Um, yeah, Sub-Zero is gonna go at the top of the A tier category. Really fun. Um, Pretty much Mortal Kombat X Sub-Zero. So of course he's gonna be fun. So for me personally, Supergirl slash Power Girl is actually going to go in the S tier category because I personally have a ton of fun playing her. I know that some people are going to disagree, but she literally has fly on fly combos in the corner. She has her zoning, and she has the teleport. She could go in. So whenever someone would like piss me off or something, or it would be like a serious match, it wouldn't be Superman that I would go to. It'd actually be Supergirl because I felt like she was my best character. She has like an amazing mid. She has her mini heat vision as her trait. She's so much fun. I love Supergirl. I hope she comes back in the next game, and I hope they make her just as fun. Next up here we have my boy Superman. Now, I personally love playing Superman. I know a lot of people don't even like watching Superman, let alone playing him. But I personally have a lot of fun doing forward 2-3, forward 2-3, forward 2-3 all day. But I know as far as the fun of that, it's not going to be fun for a lot of people. So I understand if you don't agree with me having Superman up here at the top of the A tier category. But you know what? This is my list. And obviously, I literally named myself after Superman. So he is not going below the A tier, and I'll have him up there above everyone in the A tier. All right, next up here we have Swamp Thing. Actually, you guys will probably be surprised, but Swamp Thing was one of my one character that I liked playing the most. It was just it's so hard as a Swamp Thing player to make it in Injustice 2. Ask anyone who loves playing Swamp Thing. Do you know how hard it is to have to walk forward a little bit and crouch low a projectile? The floatiest jump in the game. It's so hard for Swamp Thing to be successful in Injustice 2 that you rarely see any Swamp Thing players, and it's just a nightmare. So as much as I love playing Swamp Thing, I don't play with him as much because it's so hard for Swamp Thing to play Injustice 2. It's really hard, but he has so many cool tools. I wish that he had better mobility, honestly. If he had better mobility, because he has crazy range. He has 2 mids that are amazing, but he has no mobility. So in a game like Injustice 2, it's really hard for him to move forward. So yeah. Swamp Thing, I love you. You're going to be behind Superman because I really genuinely have a lot of fun playing him, but he's so hard to play with. But next up here, we have the Ninja Turtles. Most fun character in Injustice 2. Most fun character in Injustice 2. You literally have 4 Ninja Turtles, and they all play in their own unique way. You have Leonardo that could literally use the other 3 turtles in his game plan. Michelangelo's like the king of mix-ups. Donatello, I didn't really get into his actual like game plan too much, but I have played versus Donatellos that are really good. Raphael is going to do crazy damage as long as he gets his hype up. Yeah. Ninja Turtles are like, they're the S tier character in this game. They're so much fun. They did an amazing job with them, and they belong up there. They're like on the Mount Rushmore of like guest DLC characters ever too. It's crazy. Who the hell expected the Ninja Turtles to be in Injustice 2? One of the best surprises and the most fun gameplay because you literally get 4 characters in one. That's why Triborg was up so high. Well, Triborg is like 4 robots, so it's kind of different. I don't remember where I put Triborg, but I know he was in the S tier category. I think he might have been like maybe fourth, somewhere around there. And then last but not least, we have Wonder Woman. And Wonder Woman for me, sorry guys, Wonder Woman is so boring. She's actually going to go in front of Aquaman because at least Wonder Woman has some sort of combos that she could do. But the shield bash is like, oh my god, I hate it so much. It has so much range. I think it's a mid, right? I hate getting hit by the shield bash so much. And one of the worst things about her is that her trait is randomized. So sometimes you're going to get her air dash, which is amazing. Sometimes you're going to get something else. So I don't like that. I don't like randomized things. That's why I don't really use Chameleon too much. So that about does it, guys. I'm trying to see if there's any characters that I would move. And I think based on just looking at this, I'm pretty happy with the list. I don't think there's anyone I would change. My S tier looks pretty solid as far as the characters I have the most fun with, or who I think are the most fun. The A is pretty solid list wise. B, C, D, and of course F is not getting changed. So yeah, that's going to do it, guys. That is my ultimate Injustice 2 fun character tier list. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.